All right, let's see which camera performs better in low light conditions. The new DJI Osmo 360 using single lens mode or the Action 5 Pro. Initially, I wanted to make this test outdoors because I feel like it's going to be a bit more relatable to you. You are most likely going to use one of these cameras outside, but I feel like when it comes to showing you the difference in terms of like noise performance, it's going to be a bit better to do it here in the studio because I have controlled lighting and the camera is going to be still on a tripod. So you'll be able to clearly see which one performs better when it comes to overall noise performance. So I've set both of these cameras to their highest video quality settings, but I did use manual exposure just to keep it as fair as possible. And more specifically, I set both of these cameras to a shutter speed of 1/120 just to get a good baseline. And then I used only the ISO to achieve an exposure of plus 0.3 EV on both of these cameras, again, just to keep it as fair as possible. And more specifically, I used ISO 12800 on this camera, on the Action 5 Pro, to get an exposure of 0.3 EV plus 0.3 EV. And then here I use an ISO of 3300 to get the same exposure as on this camera. So theoretically, the Osmo 360 should provide a cleaner image than the Action 5 Pro because I'm using a lower ISO value on this camera. I'm not sure if I'm correct. This is just my theory. You let me know down below which one you think looks better in this example. Look at the shadows, look around the frame, see where you notice more noise, more grain and stuff like that. I would say the Action 5 Pro would still be a bit cleaner than the Osmo 360, but maybe I am totally wrong. Okay, now just for fun, I've switched both of these cameras to automatic exposure just to see how they do it automatically. It's not going to be, I think, as accurate as with manual exposure, but let's just let it sit and see which one performs better. Let's make it a bit more challenging. Let me go here. Maybe a bit of light here from the left, and that's it. This is going to be very challenging for these cameras to properly expose. And here you should notice the noise performance difference between these two very clearly. All right, and now let's do a quick comparison using the SuperNight mode on both of these cameras. It's going to be a bit unfair, if I'm honest, because as you can see, the image on the Action 5 Pro looks significantly brighter than the image on the Osmo 360. And the reason for this is because this mode on the Osmo 360 is only available using the 360 camera mode and not single lens mode, which means as of now, the DJI Osmo 360 exposing for the entire room, which is why I look slightly darker than on the Action 5 Pro, which exposes only on myself. And also, because this mode is available only with the 360 camera mode, I will have to import this file to my computer, use the DJI Studio, track myself so I remain in frame, and then export that video, and only then I'll be able to edit in DaVinci Resolve the actual clip. So you'll have to do some post-production work when using this mode with the Osmo 360 basically. All right, so I think this is it for today. I think you should clearly see the difference when it comes to the noise performance between these cameras. But I do want to mention a couple of other things I've noticed between these cameras. First of all is the battery life. It's more or less the same. I've started yesterday when, comparing these two cameras at 100% on both of them. And then when I was done, I was at like 65% or 67% with both of these cameras. Another thing is I'm gonna put the camera right here on purpose and look at this light here on the left. You'll be able to see slight like chromatic aberration issues and whatnot. It's like a weird color shift going on. Whereas on the Action 5 Pro, it looks a bit cleaner in a way. And also it is going to be blurrier around me, like at the edges of the frame on the Osmo 360 compared to the Action 5 Pro. And obviously the overall detail, like the Osmo 360, the Action 5 Pro is definitely sharper and more detailed than the Osmo 360. I'm gonna hold the camera right here, at good exposure. I'm right beneath the light, so hopefully you'll be able to see that the Action 5 Pro has more bite to the image compared to the Osmo 360. Alright, so I feel like this is more than enough. If you guys have other suggestions for videos, let me know down below. And thank you everybody for the support and kind comments. Hopefully I'm helping you to decide which camera is better for you. But I would say this, if you mainly care about image quality, the Action 5 Pro is probably going to be a safer choice for you. Thanks for watching.